The thief was the head of a family who lived in the country. But after the war, the thief lost his job and could only make a living on his family field. One day, the field was taken by the government and a case of robbery occurred. After the war ended, a multitude of people were forced to resort to theft to keep a roof over their heads and feed their children in the unemployment short, including our protagonist, Barry, who was a vet. Despite having a respectable job, Barry has a detrimental habit of indulging in gambling. This compulsion leads him to regularly exhaust an entire month's salary at the battle table. Despite the financial toll, he remains unyielding in his penchant for risking his hard-earned income. His colleagues often express concern about his behavior, as it not only impacts his financial stability, but also casts a shadow on his otherwise dignified professional life. By the time the war ended, he had been a homeowner, but he lost his job after the war ended. He could only take advantage of his own field to make ends meet. Another character was a good-hearted police officer, but he got mixed up in the robbery unfortunately. Due to an act of kindness, he let the thief slip through his fingers, leading to a predicament where he faced being fired. The only way out of this situation was to capture the theft within 1 month. But why the good-hearted police helped a thief so that he got into trouble? 4 months ago, Barry rescued police dog, which was Melis. At that time, the dog's situation was dire. The police running through the ground in the middle of the night visited many hospitals, but unfortunately, due to the dog's severe condition, numerous hospitals rejected treating it. Fortunately, Barry eventually took it in. The police was touched by his behavior, so when he knew Barry's situation, he didn't hesitate to help him without any reservation.
One day, the thief came to the field to harvest plants as usual. At this time, a policeman passed by and saw him walking straight ahead to stop his behavior. "Hey, please stop your current action," the policeman commanded. The bewildered thief replied, "What? Have I done anything wrong? You can't take anything from this field. Do you know that it's illegal?" The officer sternly declared. "But this field belongs to me," protested the thief. The policeman countered, "Not anymore. Regardless, you can't stay here." Because after the war, the colonial government appropriated almost all the civilian land in order to rule the country. But because of this period of underdevelopment of communication, some people even did not know about it. However, because it was not official working hours, the police only simply reminded him that it was illegal. The thief did not understand at all. But in such a harsh society, the thief still obeyed the police and went home. If we don't have a job and now we don't have our own crops, what can we rely on to survive? The thief lowered his head and murdered. So, in order to provide food and clothing for his family, he continued to go to the field to harvest crops from time to time, carefully avoiding encounters with the police. After all, once he was caught, he couldn't guarantee whether he can return home or not. If he was caught according to the current economic conditions, his wife and children had no way to survive at all. Fortunately, no police or other officials have found it during this period. After some investigation, The police found the thief's home and learned that there were 6 members in the thief's family. Surprisingly, the thief family was completely unaware of the head of the family's identity as a thief. While the poor family, I must try my best to help them. The kind policeman thought and decided to do something for the thief and his family. But how to help them? If the police was called by the government to cover out the people, it would come out to no good end. However, the police knew it, but out of his conscience, he was still willing to sacrifice himself to help the thief.
The kind policeman did not tell the thief's family, nor his family. The policeman told his son, "Son, Daddy introduced you to a new friend." Instead, the police let his children make friends with the thief's children. So the thief's children's grades improved rapidly. "Hey, I gave you these materials as well as the food and clothes here," the police said. "Thank you so much. How can I repay you?" The thief said, "It doesn't matter. I don't ask for anything in return. I have a job opening here. Would your brother-in-law want to try?" The police said. "Is it really possible? Thank you so much," the thief said. He donated the materials to the thief's family without asking for anything in return, keeping them fed and clothed. He also helped the thief's brother-in-law find a new job. The thief's family didn't know how to thank the kind policeman and always tried their best to repay their kindness. Over time, these two kind-hearted people also formed a deep and subtle relationship with a tacit understanding. Not long after the happy life of the two families passed, one day the police suddenly stopped visiting for this period of time, since the land has been expropriated by the government. And the reason for the expropriation is because many people died after the war. Many lands had no owners. However, if you want to get your land back, you must apply within a time limit given by the government. No one knows about the thief's family, so the land has become government property, and thieves who harbor from time to time have been charged with the crime of theft.
Hey, there, my friend. Would you like to swing by my place today? My mom whipped out some delicious cookies and cakes, and she even made some treats for my pet snake. Absolutely, I always opt for some tasty desserts. Once we are done indulging in our snacks, how about we get creative and do some drawing together? We can sketch clouds, lions, and maybe throw in a few flowers for good measure. I love to, but I have got this challenging homework looming over me. Do you think you could lend me a hand? Of course, I'm happy to help out. The daily routine may seem ordinary, but it's the shared life of two inseparable friends. One, the child of the thief, and the other, the offspring of the policeman. Their bond is unbreakable. The thief found himself perplexed, scratching his head in bewilderment. A neighbor suddenly appeared, dropping a bombshell. The government had long acquired the thief's beloved home. Now, not only was he in deep trouble, but the cops was also trying to protect him. Secret agents were on a manhunt, intensifying the gravity of the situation. This revelation forced the thief to ponder the cops' genuine intentions, igniting a determination to find the officer at any cost. After a series of unexpected twists and turns, they finally stood face to face. The thief, acknowledging his grave error, came clean, confessing, "I messed up, no two ways about it," taking responsibility. He willingly accompanied his colleague back to the station to face the consequence of his action.